The galaxy had been quiet for many years, but everyone felt something was changing. Far above Earth, inside the human high command station, Commander Arlen stood alone, looking at a giant hologram of the stars. Red marks appeared across different sectors. Each mark showed a destroyed human outpost, a missing ship, or a silent colony. The room behind him was silent. Officers watched him carefully, waiting for his response. They all knew the truth. The attacks were increasing, and the enemy was no longer hiding. The Varkan Union, a powerful alien coalition, believed humans were weak because humanity avoided war for centuries. Commander Arlen slowly turned toward the officers. His voice was low, but sharp. "They think we are afraid." No one answered. They didn't have to. Everyone knew the enemy had crossed the line. Hours earlier, a human colony at the edge of the galaxy was attacked. It was a peaceful farming world, not a military base. The Varkan Union arrived without warning and destroyed everything they found. They thought no one survived, but they were wrong. One small emergency drone escaped the destruction. It carried only a 6-word message. "This was your last warning. Humanity." The message spread across the Union in seconds, and their leaders laughed. They thought humans were joking. They believed humans would never fight back. But in the human high command station, something else was happening. Engines on massive battleships came alive. Power grids hummed. Soldiers prepared in silence. Every human fleet across the solar system received a single order: stand ready. Commander Arlen stared at the hologram one last time. His eyes were cold, calm, and dangerous. "They wanted war," he said quietly. "Now they will see our answer." The true story was about to begin. The human fleet moved through space like a silent storm. Thousands of ships formed a massive formation, their engines glowing blue against the darkness. At the front of this powerful armada was the Titan-class dreadnought Horizon Spear, the largest warship humans had ever built. Inside it, Commander Arlen stood on the bridge, watching the stars slide past. His officers worked quickly. Radar screens flashed with incoming data. The first Varkan target was already locked to military supply base deep inside their territory. Destroying it would send the galaxy a message. Lieutenant Mara spoke, her voice steady but tense. "Commander, we will reach the enemy base in 5 minutes." Arlen nodded. He didn't blink. No warnings, no negotiations. They made their choice. Meanwhile, in the Varkan base, guards were relaxed. They didn't expect humans to attack. They believed humans were slow, peaceful, and afraid. Some were even joking about how easy the next attack on a human colony would be. Then the lights began to flicker. The ground shook. Alarms screamed. A soldier looked at the sky and froze. Human warships appeared like ghosts ripping through space. The fleet didn't arrive with noise. It arrived with a silent, terrifying precision. The Varkans panicked, shouting orders, but it was already too late. Commander Arlen raised his hand. Fire! A wave of blue-white beams shot forward. The first blast tore through the enemy's defense shield. The second destroyed their main power grid. Explosions spread across the entire base as human ships moved with perfect coordination. Every shot hit its target. Within seconds, the once strong Varkan base was nothing but fire and broken metal. The human fleet didn't celebrate. They didn't slow down. Arlen simply said, "Prepare for the next target." This was only the beginning. News of the destroyed Varkan base spread across the galaxy faster than light. Every star system, every council, every empire felt a sudden shock. For centuries, humanity was seen as calm, peaceful, and unwilling to fight. But now, the galaxy saw a different truth. Humanity had awakened inside the Galactic Council chamber. Dozens of alien representatives argued loudly. Holograms flickered above them, showing burning ruins of the Varkan base. Some species looked terrified, others looked impressed. But all of them understood one thing: humanity had power they never revealed. Counselor Rethor slammed his fist on the table. "This is impossible. Humans were supposed to be weak." Another counselor, a tall insectoid scholar, shook her head slowly. No. Humans were never weak. They were patient. We mistook patience for fear. While the council argued, the Varkan Union was in chaos. Their cities prepared emergency defenses. Generals shouted orders, trying to regroup after the shocking loss. The supreme Varkan leader paced inside his command room, his claws shaking. How did they strike so fast? So precisely? He demanded. No one had an answer. In the human fleet, Commander Arlen listened to intercepted Varkan communications. Their fear was clear in every message. He looked at his officers. Good, they finally understand. But Arlen also knew the galaxy wouldn't stay quiet for long. Many empires would now watch humanity closely. Some would stay away, but others might try to use the chaos to gain power. Humanity needed allies or, at least, neutral observers. So Arlen sent a message across the galaxy. We do not seek war with others. But we will not be attacked again. It was calm, clear, and powerful, but for the Varkan Union, it was a threat written in fire. The real war was only beginning. While the galaxy argued and the Varkan Union panicked, humanity prepared something even more shocking. Deep inside the solar system, hidden behind the dark side of Jupiter, a secret facility came alive. Only a few humans even knew it existed. This place held humanity's most powerful creation project, Oblivion, Commander. Arlen arrived at the hidden station, aboard a small escort ship. The station doors opened like a giant mechanical flower, revealing a massive hangar. Inside, it floated a strange, enormous ship, black, silent, and glowing with faint blue lines. It looked nothing like normal human ships. Its design was old, ancient. Dr. Kayla Wren, the lead scientist, stepped forward. Commander, you are just in time. The core is waking up. Arlen stared at the giant vessel. So it's real. After all these years, Kayla nodded. Yes, and if the Varkan Union continues their attacks, this ship will end the war in minutes. Project Oblivion was not built for battle. It was built for decisive endings, powered by a gravitational core humanity discovered 90 years ago. It could tear apart entire fleets with a single pulse, but activation required enormous energy, so it remained hidden until now. Kayla tapped her screen. The ship hummed softly, and its blue lines glowed brighter. It's ready, she said quietly. We only need your command. Meanwhile, far away in Varkan territory, the Union's generals screamed orders. Their fleet was gathering thousands of ships, all preparing to strike Earth directly. They believed overwhelming force would break humanity before it grew stronger. But they did not know humanity kept its strongest weapon in the shadows. Arlen turned to Kayla. Activate the core. Humanity will not wait anymore. The station lights dimmed. The giant ship awakened. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. The Varkan Union had never gathered such a huge fleet before. Their armada stretched across space like a dark storm. Thousands of warships, destroyers, carriers, dreadnoughts moved together toward one goal: destroy Earth. Inside the Varkan flagship, Supreme Leader Varkos watched the screens with burning rage. Humanity thinks they can challenge us, he growled. We will end them today. But as the armada entered the outer edge of the solar system, something strange happened. Their scanners stopped working. Navigation systems flickered. Ship engines began to strain as if space itself was growing heavier. What is this? A Varkan captain shouted. Some kind of gravity distortion. Then they saw it. A massive black ship appeared ahead of them. Silent, smooth, surrounded by swirling blue light. It looked like a shadow given shape. Project Oblivion. In the human high command ship. Commander Arlen watched the enemy fleet enter the trap. His voice remained calm. Begin the pulse countdown. Inside the giant black ship, the gravitational core spun faster. Space trembled around it. Light twisted in impossible shapes. For a moment, everything felt silent. To silent. Then the pulse fired. A wave of blue-white energy erupted outward. It did not explode, it simply moved, quiet and unstoppable. When it touched the first Varkan ships, their metal began to crack. Hulls bent inward. Engines collapsed like crushed paper. The wave moved through the entire armada. Ships broke apart without a sound. Thousands of warships disappeared into dust and twisted metal. The pulse erased the Varkan fleet in less than 30 seconds. Inside the flagship, the Supreme Leader screamed as the ship tore apart, "No, this cannot." Everything went dark. When the wave faded, the battlefield was empty. Only the human ship remained, silent, watching. When the dust of the destroyed Varkan armada finally cleared, space became painfully quiet. No wreckage floated. No signals remained. The pulse from Project Oblivion had erased everything. Only the giant black human ship stayed, glowing softly like a silent guardian. Commander Arlen stood on the bridge of the Horizon Spear, watching the empty battlefield. Around him, officers stared in disbelief. They had witnessed something no one thought possibly: an entire enemy armada destroyed in seconds. Lieutenant Mara whispered, "Commander, the galaxy will never forget this." Arlen nodded slowly. "That is the point." He turned to the communication officer. "Send the message. Across every major star system, every council chamber, every trading hub and border post." Screens suddenly flickered. A single human symbol appeared, 3 stars over a blue circle. Beneath it, Commander Arlen's face formed. His voice was calm, steady, and unshakable. "Humanity did not want war. We asked for peace. We asked for respect. We asked to be left alone." He paused. "The galaxy held its breath, but the Varkan Union chose war. And today, they received our answer. Let this message be clear. Humanity will never attack without reason. But if you threaten our people, if you harm our worlds, then remember what happened here." His eyes narrowed. "We do not seek conquest. We do not seek control. We seek only survival. Respect our borders, respect our people, and there will be peace." Ignore this warning. The screen showed the black ship behind him, its core glowing like a star, and you will meet the same fate. The message ended. Galactic leaders watched in silence. Civilizations whispered in fear and awe. Humanity, once ignored, once underestimated, now stood as a power no one dared challenge. The war was over, but the legend had just begun.